He knew where she was. That was the deal. Plead guilty to murder, accept 35 to 60 years in prison, and in return, tell us where she is. The agreement was signed in a Wayne County courtroom on February 12, 2026. For the first time in 2 years, the family of Ziyah Harris thought they might finally bring her home. Then, 14 days after sentencing, Jarvis Butts was found dead in his prison cell, suspected suicide. And the answer? Died with him. Or did it? Because what came out in the days that followed changes everything. Stay with me.
Starts with breaking news.
Our breaking story today, the man convicted of murdering 13-year-old Ziyah Harris found dead in his cell. Good afternoon, I'm Allie Hoxie. The Michigan Department of Corrections confirms Jarvis Butts was found dead inside of a prison intake center in Jackson. A spokesperson says that staff members tried to revive him, but he died shortly after 6:45 this morning. His death is being investigated as a suicide. 2 weeks ago, Butts was sentenced to 35 to 60 years in prison for killing Ziyah Harris. Prosecutors say Butts murdered the teen after finding out that she was pregnant with his child. Her body has never been found. In addition to Ziyah's murder, Butts was sentenced in 5 other criminal cases involving criminal sexual conduct. Michigan State Police had been called in to investigate the death of the 42-year-old.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new here, this is where we break down the most disturbing true crime cases happening right now. So make sure you hit subscribe. And to everyone coming back, I appreciate you more than you know. I want to ask you a question. How do you feel about the Tawana interview? Tonight, new developments in one of Detroit's most heartbreaking cases. Ziyah Harris was 13 years old, a 7th grader at J.E. Clark Preparatory Academy on Detroit's East Side. She wore clear framed glasses, hair in 2 braided puffballs, and a Rugrats coat she wore almost every day. Pink, black, and white, hood lined in brown fur. That coat became evidence. On January 9th, 2024, she got off her school bus near Cornwall Street and 3 Mile Drive. That was the last time anyone outside of Jarvis Butts saw her alive. But here's what investigators confirmed. That afternoon was not random. While still at school, Ziyah used her tablet to send Butts a message. She went to meet him. She knew him. She trusted him. She had every reason to believe she was safe. And that is exactly what made this possible. Because the people who hurt children almost never look like monsters from the outside. Jarvis Butts was not a stranger. He was the boyfriend of Ziyah's aunt. He had children with her. He was inside the family's daily life. Prosecutors called him a serial child rapist and described a pattern that stretched back to 2012. Think about that. Over a decade. He would befriend women, get close to them, then use that access to target their daughters. In Ziyah's case, it started in September 2022. She was 11 years old. He sent her sexually explicit messages. He asked for photos. He built a secret between a grown man and a child that no one around them knew existed. By 2023, she told him she had missed her period, and by November 2023, Butts went online, not to find her help. He searched for abortion pills, abortion providers, and this is in court evidence, what happens when someone drinks red antifreeze. This was not panic. This was a man methodically searching for ways to make a 13-year-old girl carrying his child disappear. And on January 9th, 2024, the same day he was supposed to turn himself in on a separate gun charge, Ziyah Harris never made it home. After school, Ziyah went to Butts's auto repair shop on Connor Street. His co-worker was there. Multiple witnesses later confirmed they saw the two of them together. The three of them drove to Ypsilanti, Michigan, then back to Detroit. That evening, Butts checked into a motel. Ziyah was never seen again. Now here's the detail that changes how you see this timeline. Her grandmother didn't call police that night. She waited until the morning of January 10th, and by the time that call was made, Butts was already at the river. Cell tower data tracked him to the Rouge River near 7 Mile and Berg, Detroit's east side. That's where investigators found them. An inside-out pink jumpsuit, a black jacket, a red and black shoe, the clothes she was last seen wearing. A Border Patrol officer assisting the search testified the clothing showed no weather damage, no discoloration, no sign it had been sitting there long. He described it as looking fresh, like it had just been placed there. The clothing had damage investigators said could indicate a struggle. When detectives first interviewed Butts, he was calm. Ziyah came around the shop sometimes, he said, nothing unusual. He acted like a man with nothing to hide. But investigators kept pulling the thread. Text messages going back to 2022, cell tower data at a river, witnesses placing him with Ziyah that afternoon, a search history that told them exactly what he had been planning. It took until October 2024, 9 months after she vanished, for charges to be filed. And while those charges were pending, an 8-year-old family member came forward, then more victims. By the end, Jarvis Butts was facing charges in 6 separate cases, children as young as 4 years old. The prosecution was clear. Ziyah was not the beginning. She was where it ended.
When the last time you been up to your daughter's school? I said, my daughter's school. I said, I don't even know what school she go to. I said, I've been looking for her. And they looked at each other, and I was like, what's going on? They said, your daughter's missing. Oh my God. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. You know, what's done in the dark, it's gonna come. You can't do this. You can't do this, man.
On February 12, 2026, less than 10 days before a trial with over 80 witnesses, Butts pled guilty. Second-degree murder, 35 to 60 years, 5 sexual assault charges, all concurrent. Earliest release, September 2059. But the most important part of that deal wasn't the sentence. It was one clause. He has agreed to provide a truthful statement regarding the body of Ziyah Harris. That was what the family was waiting for. And in that courtroom, according to a source who spoke to Local 4 News, Butts admitted he put her in the Rouge River, near 7 Mile and Berg, Detroit's east side. That's where Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy said she was satisfied with his statement, but the details were never released. And here's what almost nobody reported. Not all of Ziyah's family was told what he said. Her cousin Roxy told CBS Detroit she was still waiting for answers. Only the family members Ziyah lived with were brought into what Butts disclosed. 2 years of waiting, a plea deal built around the truth, and the family was still divided over what they actually know. Think about what that means. March 12, 2026, Sentencing Day. Ziyah's aunt, Marquetta Harris, stood at that witness stand and looked directly at Butts. You are a serial, habitual predator. I'll never be able to hold her again, see her smile ever again, because of you. She asked for the electric chair. Butts looked down at his feet. Ziyah's great-aunt said he will die in prison. She was right, just not the way anyone in that room expected. 14 days after sentencing, staff at the Charles Eagler Reception and Guidance Center in Jackson, Michigan, found Jarvis Butts unresponsive in his cell. Life-saving measures were attempted, unsuccessful. Pronounced dead, March 26, 2026. Michigan State Police are investigating. The death is being reported as a suicide. No final statement, no additional information passed to investigators. And now, the one person who could give precise answers about where Ziyah is gone. Tamara Liberty Smith, family friend and former Detroit Board of Police Commissioners Vice President, said what the whole community was thinking. Just saying you threw her in the river isn't good enough. With a plea, you give us something, we give you this, and we didn't get that. Nazia's cousin Roxy didn't cry. She called it what it was, a coward's way out. But here's what you need to hold on to. Detroit police have confirmed the search is ongoing. They are still committed. They are still looking. The question is whether they can find her without him. Investigators have a general location, the Rouge River near 7 Mile and Berg. They have the clothing, the cell data, the signed confession. What they don't have is precision. Rivers move. 2 years have passed. But that does not make this impossible. Specialized dive teams and sonar equipment have recovered remains in cases far colder than this one. Without Butts to point to an exact spot, investigators are working with an area, not a coordinate. Detroit police say the search continues, and this family, which has already buried Nazia's father, Mervyn Jennings, who died searching for her in abandoned houses and fields, deserves more than a general location. They deserve to bring her home. And somewhere along that river, she is still waiting to come home. We started with one question. Where is Naziyah Harris? After everything you just heard, you know more than you did before. A river, Detroit's east side, near 7 Mile and Berg. A man who admitted he put her there and died 14 days later before anyone could ask him anything more. But knowing the general answer is not the same as bringing her home. This family has already lost her father. They deserve a place, a grave, somewhere to say her name out loud. And until that happens, Naziyah Harris is still missing. Not from memory, not from this city, but from the ground. And somewhere along that river, she is still waiting to come home. If you're in Detroit and you have any information, anything connected to the Rouge River area near 7 Mile and Berg, contact Detroit Police or Wayne County Crime Stoppers. Drop a comment below. Do you think investigators can still find her without her cooperation? Share this video, because the moment this case goes quiet is the moment this family stops getting answers. Rest in peace, Naziyah Harris. Last seen January 9th, 2024. Never forgotten.